Hey everybody, I'm Flying Scorpion, also known as Booze Baz in EVE Online. I'm the CEO and founder of the Matari Money Makers, a corporation in EVE that's all about flying Minmatar ships and making ISK. How much ISK do you need to make per month as a free-to-play player and also be able to pay for a subscription or Omega time in EVE Online? Well, I'm going to show you some numbers on that right now. If you were to purchase 500 PLEX per month and pay for Omega time on a month-by-month basis, it would cost you 2.5 billion ISK per month. That's going off of the current rate of PLEX, which is around 5 million ISK per PLEX. If you were to save up and purchase 3 months of game time at once, it would cost you 2 billion ISK per month. For 6 months, it's 1.75 billion. For 12 months, it's 1.5 billion ISK per month. For 24 months, it's 1.375 billion ISK per month to sustain your subscription to EVE Online as a free-to-play player. Now, I don't recommend going for 1 or 2 years of subscription time all at once, because saving up for that is actually a pretty big amount of money to save up, especially if you're new to the game. I would recommend saving up for 1 or 3 or 6 months of Omega time if you're saving up as an alpha player or free-to-play player. Now, when you're playing an alpha player, you can actually still get a lot of value out of it because you can skill the character up. You can still access even battleships. You can fly cruisers with Tech 2 weapons on them, and so on and so forth. So let's talk about the skill points on these alpha players. You can passively earn skill points up to 5 million on an alpha player. And then beyond that point, you can inject skill points into an alpha character up to 20 million skill points. You passively earn skill points depending upon what your attributes are at. Generally, we're looking at about 34.5 skill points per minute. There's 43,000 minutes in a month or 30 days. So for an Omega player, they would be making 1.5 million skill points per month. Alpha players train passively at half that amount. So an alpha player would get 750,000 skill points per month. However, alpha players can also use daily injectors. A daily alpha injector gives them 50,000 skill points per day. This comes out to 1.5 million skill points per month or per 30 days for a total of 2.25 million skill points per month, up to 5 million skill points. Now, the cost of a daily alpha injector is 50 million ISK a day on average, and that comes out to 1.5 billion ISK per month. So for 1.5 billion ISK per month, an alpha player can inject a daily skill injector every day and grow at a rate of 2.25 million skill points per month for the first 1 or 2 months, up to 5 million skill points. Whereas if you compare that to the cost of Omega, it's 2.5 billion ISK for a month of Omega, and Omega players only grow at a rate of 1.5 million skill points per day. Per month, that is, sorry. So an alpha player can very cost effectively skill up even faster than an Omega player. So if you really want to get a lot of value out of the game, this is a pretty good option. Once you hit 5 million skill points, the passive 750,000 skill points per month no longer applies. That stops. However, you can continue to buy daily alpha injectors and inject 50,000 skill points per day, which brings you 1.5 million skill points per month. That puts you on parity with an Omega player at a cost of 1.5 billion ISK per month. So this is also a pretty good option if you're going to continue playing the game. You're still going to be skilling up just as fast as an Omega player. You're not going to be able to use Tech 2 ships, and there's going to be some modules that you can't use. But if you're trying to save up and get value out of your ISK, this is going to continue to be a good option, but only up to 20 million skill points. Once you hit to 20 million skill points, that's it. You cannot continue putting skill points on that alpha character. So we're going to summarize with my recommendation. If you're going to be free to play and grind the shit out of EVE Online like an unemployed no-lifer, start off by joining a corporation, learning the game, getting those daily alpha injectors here and there whenever you can. As you continue increasing the amount of ISK you make per day, you can get up to about, let's say, 50 million ISK a day. Every day you can buy those daily alpha injectors. Continue to grow that income until you get to about 100 million ISK a day. If you're making 100 million ISK a day in EVE Online, you're fine. You're good. That's enough to buy the daily alpha injector and also put money aside and save up for Omega time. Once you hit the 5 million skill point limit, you can decide for yourself. Do you want to continue buying daily alpha injectors at 1.5 billion ISK a month? Or do you want to just go straight up to Omega, unlock the ability to fly Tech 2 ships, and then just passively gain 1.5 million skill points per month? It's up to you. But if you're making 100 million ISK a day, that's about 3 billion ISK a month. That's more than enough to pay for your subscription in EVE Online, save up and buy larger batches of game time, and buy ships and ammunition and things like that. Speaking of all this, if you haven't gotten a free 1 million skill points, I'm going to leave a link to my referral code down below. You can use that referral code to get a free 1 million skill points. I also get stuff out of it, so it helps me out as well. If you're looking for a corporation that's focused on wealth generation and wealth creation, I'm recruiting the Matari Moneymakers. Preferably, you would roll a Minmatar character to join us, and you'd be willing to follow the skill plan and skill into Minmatar ships. We've got a very efficient skill plan to get you into combat-capable ships and be able to make this kind of money. We can easily make 100, 200, 300 million ISK a day in like 2 to 3 hours of running home front operations, or you can run incursions, or we can do factional warfare, stuff like that. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have anything you want to say, let me know in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.